Welcome to Talking Again podcast. This is The Tap. I am your host, Fidel Avendaño. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast with stories from fascinating people, some of them my closest friends and family. I hope you enjoy the show. Now let's tap into it. What's up, everybody? This is Fidel from Talking Again podcast. I'm here with Amaris B. This is the show right here, you guys. We've been having way too much fun. We decided we need to start recording.
I got red.
Are you alright? Okay. You good?
Yeah.
So,
I'm good.
fireworks are on.
I know, all the
It's
illegals.
the day after 4th of July. All the illegals. Oh, we're talking about fireworks, right?
I
We don't
know.
want ICE to start knocking on that door.
Did you do illegal fireworks last
No,
night?
I don't do illegal fireworks. I don't do any type of fireworks because I love watching them, but people around us have, for years, have always had fireworks that to me, it's burning money.
Mm-hmm.
Literally burning money.
Well, they're saying, I saw a lot of memes saying, oh, unemployment money's going to the fireworks.
Yeah, it's true. Because, I mean, who do you think's blowing up these fireworks? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not Karen.
Oh, I didn't tell you my Karen story.
Wait, you want to tell me your Karen story?
I'll tell you my Karen story because I can say that here.
Right.
So I went to Starbucks last week, and I went to Starbucks, and I drove a truck. So for me to get on the driveway, another truck was trying to get into the driveway.
Yeah.
And so I had to pull out, obviously, for them to get in. So I pulled out, and I think the lady was behind that truck who was trying to get in, and she got impatient and went around the truck.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get into, I don't know how to explain it. So there's the first lane, the second lane, the third lane. So I wanted to get into the second lane because I needed to get to the left anyways.
Uh-huh.
So I did right when she was honking at me. And I realized it was a mistake. It was my fault, you know. I went back into my lane. I had seen her in the corner of my eye. I went back into the far right lane.
Yeah.
I'm just driving back. I was trying to go to the gym. So I was driving to the gym and she's following me. And we stop at a light. She stops at the same red light as me, pulls up next to me, gets out of her car. She's this older white lady in a long maxi dress, gets out of her car. Her husband's in the car. He's looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
She gets out of the car and goes like this to me.
Yeah.
Twice. And then she got back in and did it again. I'm like, do you really want me to fight you? Because I don't think you want me to fight you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, she's a Karen. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, she's a Karen.
It sucks. It sucks that you had to go to that, but there's a lot of Karens out right now. Wait, first,
I
forget, what's a maxi dress?
A maxi dress is a dress that goes down to your feet.
Okay.
The long dresses.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know, I was telling the story to someone else. It took a minute, and he's all like, what's the maxi dress?
Yeah,
So what's the real question? No, but you know what I think it is? It's because of the whole quarantine and everyone's inside, and I feel like everyone's emotions and moods are higher than usual.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are more emotional than usual.
Yeah, there's a lot of frustration going on, but still no excuse to go off on people like that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, look, we went for a couple hikes, you know, right when they cleared up the trails. We're like, let's go for a hike. We're gonna get a lot of bugs here because we have that door.
It's okay.
But go with those.
I'm okay with. I'm not scared of bugs.
Okay. So we went for that hike, that trail. There wasn't too many bugs, but there was a few Karens out there. Karens and Kens. You know,
really?
So as we were hiking up there, it's like, where's your mask? Where's your mask? Where's your mask?
No.
You know? And we're like, well, we're passing by each other, but I'm not coughing on you, I'm not hugging you, matter of fact, I'm trying to avoid you, so we're giving you the space and we're moving to the side, but yeah, it's just, to me, it's just like, and that was early, that's when they just opened up the trail, so that was kind of before the Karens came out, and we were just like, what the hell, you know?
I am shocked.
We got a lot of that.
I've gone on a lot of hikes and no one's told me anything. But some people they'll look at you and put on their mask.
Yeah.
The masks make me sick, so I get really claustrophobic, and the masks literally make me sick. They make me nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's a big issue though. There's not, you're not, yeah. There's
I thought it was just
people,
me, and then there's a couple people, but literally. Okay, so during the quarantine, I'm gonna admit, I went to Miami and I went to Arizona. Where else? Yeah, I went to Miami and I went to Arizona. Well, on the flights, you have to wear masks the whole time. No.
Just kidding, go ahead.
You have to wear a mask the whole flight, but the masks make me nauseous because I don't know if it's because I can't breathe or the thing is over my nose. I don't know what it is, but it makes me so beyond nauseous. And even yesterday I was at the mall and I couldn't breathe, and like I had to step to the corner and like take off my mask and like catch my breath because I thought I was gonna throw up. Yeah. I thought it was because I'm claustrophobic though.
Are you claustrophobic? You are?
Yeah, I am.
It could be.
I used to take the bus to school. This is funny thing. Yeah. I used to take the bus to school when I was in high school and in college until I could afford a car.
Public, right? Public transport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, in high school it was the school bus, but even then they packed a lot of kids on. And then my first year of community college, I would take 3 buses to get to college, and they would be packed. Like you'd be standing there. So I think those
everybody's bumping each other.
Those would traumatize me. Yeah. No, so I think that's what kind of triggered it. I think that's what I think now, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
So you remember as a child, you remember being like weirded and frustrated with, or frustrated amongst the crowd and anything like that?
I don't think I was ever in crowds, but my dad's claustrophobic too. So I don't think he really brought me to places with a lot of crowds either.
Like you said, that was a little bit when you were a little older. So
like I never went to concerts. I never went
full elevators
to fairs. I'm okay with full elevators unless it's really warm. Like the heat, like when it's warm in there, I like freak out a little bit. But it's when something's over my face, like I don't like it, or if like I'm in the water, like under. I tried scuba diving, and like I couldn't do it because I felt claustrophobic.
Imagine, like,
no.
What were you thinking, like?
So my high school, you could do scuba diving as your sport, and so they would scuba dive in the pool until you're ready to go to the ocean and do it. And I tried doing it in the pool, and I couldn't do it. I freaked out. Yeah, because there's 2 buttons on your backpack, and there's 2 buttons. One that brings you down, so it'll weigh you down. There's another button that'll lift you up.
How long did it take before you hit that button to lift you up?
Well, for whatever reason, I couldn't get the button to lift me up. I remember. So I think that's why I freaked out. Yeah, but I've always been like a really strong swimmer, so I got myself up without the thing. Yeah, and it was just in a pool. This is like skidding.
No, you know what? I thought it was a bug. It was the end of my cap.
So, I thought it was a bug.
No, I don't have. I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't like bugs. But no.
You don't like bugs?
No, I don't care for bugs. I don't care. But they're pestering me. They're 6. So but the claustrophobic, right? Do you feel like you're gonna lose control, out of breath?
I can't breathe.
Okay, so it's out of breath.
Which reminds me of like the Black Lives Matter thing, because it's what they're saying in the protests. Like I can't breathe, so I don't even like saying that's the reason, because I feel like what is it called? Like an excuse, you know, like because then there's people over here dying, and then I'm over here like I can't breathe with my mask on. I don't want to be like that, but I mean it is what it is.
Do you believe in all that the conspiracy theories that are going around?
The coronavirus or the Black Lives Matter? I think just because I do think just because it's election year, a lot of crazy stuff happened during election year. So I think a lot of that stuff's going on, and I know a lot of bills are getting passed right now. I can't really say anything about the coronavirus thing because wait, lose your pen. Just kidding. I can't really say anything about my coronavirus thing because my dad's going through chemo right now. And he has an autoimmune disease, so he's more susceptible to diseases right now. So I know it freaks him out. And I have friends who are nurses who aren't really worried about it, but they did tell me, like, because your dad is more susceptible to disease, that you should be worried about it. And it does worry me because I have traveled during quarantine, you know. But I do keep myself healthy. I think it's really important to be under the sun, get your vitamin E. That's the best natural vitamin you can get. And keep your antibodies up because that's what you get from working out. So I think if you stayed healthy, you've been working out, you've been eating right this whole time, you should be okay. Your body should be healthy enough to kind of fight this. And I do believe, like I like taking ginger shots, like ginger. I do ginger, pineapple, and cayenne pepper. I've always kept myself pretty healthy before this. And the precautions that we're taking now, minus the mask and the gloves and everything, we should have been doing before. The Lysol, antibacterial wipes. We should have been doing that before.
It's like good hygiene, you know.
Yeah,
good hygiene should be practiced all the time. I mean, we teach our kids that all the time, and I don't see why everybody can't do that. But there's people that don't care.
Yeah.
You know? So I'll be like, just don't care. You see, how many? Well, you don't know, but how many times this is a question for you parents out there. How many times have you taken your kids to daycare and you drop off your kids and then you see about 2 or 3 other kids with mochos hanging on their nose and just rubbing it, and they're there and you're like, fuck, my kid is gonna be touching and playing with the same toys that kid's gonna be playing. You know, that's the worst.
No,
thing.
so I'm an early childhood development major.
Right. Yeah.
So those kids, like preschool teachers and kindergarten teachers, are more likely to get sick from the students like more often because like I'll be volunteering in the classroom and they're rubbing their nose and they want to hang on me, and like they're little kids at the end of the day.
Right.
You can do the best you can, but at the end of the day, they are going with their mocos, and there's mocos hanging out. There's so many times where they're like this, and they're like, teacher, they're grabbing my arm and using my arm as their tissue, and oh, it grosses me out.
Yeah.
It grosses me out. And both of my parents are teachers, so my dad even tells me, he's like, don't touch doorknobs. He's like, don't touch doorknobs at schools. They're the worst. Yeah. And so
almost anywhere, especially at a Walmart.
Yeah.
But you know, back to the point though, like, I know it's hard and it's not as easy for everybody. But when my kid's sick, like I try to find a way to keep them at home. Mm-hmm. Either if my wife can't take the day off, I can't take the day off, then we'll call someone to see if they can watch them. You know, in-laws, right?
Yeah.
See if they can watch them.
This is stuff you should have been doing before. Like, if you're feeling good, don't go out.
Right. Same thing for not just your kids in daycare, but for work or anything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're not feeling good, just stay home, dude.
Yeah, I work in a restaurant, so when one person gets sick, we all get sick. Yeah. So my thing is, like, even before, we all know if one person's sick, we all get mad at that person. Yeah. They're still going to work. What about management or owners? What they get kind of. My boss is the biggest germaphobe ever. Yeah. Like, you don't shake hands, you fist bump all the time, or you fist bump or elbow bump. Yeah. He was doing that before this.
I can't do the elbow.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels weird.
That's like your weenus.
Your what?
It's called a weenus.
A weenus? Why is it called a weenus? I've never heard that. A weenus?
You never heard of that?
No.
Ask your son.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
All right.
Probably knows a weenus. Yeah, Tell me if he knows or not.
I'll ask him. Hopefully he doesn't.
Does he asleep right now?
No, he's probably awake. He's probably awake right now.
Well, that's your weenus.
You have to send him a text message.
A text message?
Yeah, because my phone's away.
He's gonna be like, "Who's this?
Who's this lady?"
What is it?
A weenus? No, a weenus. A weenus?
A weenus.
Sorry. You guys have to let us know if you guys know what that is. A weenus. Is it spelled W-E-A-N?
Should I Google it?
Yeah, Google it right now as I'm talking. But the elbow thing, I can't get a hang of it. I know that the fist bump thing I can do. I can do the fist. You don't remember the first episode that you recorded? I said we don't fact check, we don't Google anything, right?
A weenus is a slang word for excess or loose skin at the joint of one's elbow.
Is it called a weenus? With the U.S. or the I.S.?
W-E-N-I-S.
Oh my
it's
God.
A weenus.
Okay, I guess there's something new. Now I do need my pen.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear I can't do the weenus bump. I can do a fist bump, but I can't do a weenus bump. But yeah, people have been doing the weenus bumps, and I can't get into the
weenus bumps.
I can't get into the habit of doing that. I'm more of a knuckles. I've always been the fist bump knuckles guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe in shaking someone's hand and like looking in the eye. I'm major on eye contact.
I'm big on that too. I am.
Eye contact. If they're not making eye contact with me, there's something sketchy.
There's nothing.
There is.
No,
there is. I get like vibes off of people.
I don't. Like, it's hard to trust someone that doesn't want to stare at you.
Yes, I hate it when people wear sunglasses. So when I meet people when I'm wearing sunglasses, I put my sunglasses up.
Yeah. It's a common courtesy, but yeah.
Some people don't do it, and it bothers the heck out of me. Yeah. It bothers me.
But the handshake thing, that's the thing of the past. No one's gonna be shaking their hands.
I know. It kind of makes me sad though. It's such a bad habit.
Yeah. I am a hugger. Okay. I'm a hugger. I've always been a hugger. I was raised a hugger. Mm-hmm. We used to do a lot of the kiss on the cheek thing, but I kind of stopped doing that for a while. But the hugs, I've always done hugs.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we greeted each other today with hugs,
Yeah, and I feel like some people are really worried and some people aren't. Yeah. They're like, I don't care. So, I mean,
we have to care. You have to have, I mean, because it's,
I mean, it is a real thing. I have friends who work in hospitals who do say it's a real thing, but I think it was blown out of proportion. Mm-hmm. I feel like I see the best of both worlds because I have a father who's going through chemo, who's more susceptible to disease, and there's me, who's young, healthy, basically have been doing whatever I want. But I do have a crazy story for you because I know a girl who made a coronavirus test at CVS. She got busy. She just went to kind of do it for shits and giggles. She got busy, never went to a coronavirus test. She got something in the mail later saying she tested positive. She never went to her test.
Oh.
And then she ended up getting sick that weekend. And her friends, she ended up getting sick. So then they thought they had the coronavirus, but then she didn't trust the results. So she went to go take it. All her friends tested negative. She tested positive again.
Really?
But she never went for the first test.
Yeah.
So she thinks because the first test was already marked positive that she's marked positive again.
Yeah.
So she went to go get her antibodies tested, which I kind of want to do just to see. So I think it's important to see anyways, just for my health.
Yeah.
And I am in contact with my dad. So, I mean, I do have to take that precaution because it is my father and he's very sick.
Right.
So it does worry me. But, I mean, this is stuff we should have been doing a long time ago. Like disinfecting things. You should have been doing. I always carry antibacterial wipes in my purse.
Yeah.
You should have been doing that before.
You should have been doing that, and you should always check your immunities. Now, I mean, you hear that all the time now.
Stay healthy. That's why they say working out. And have you seen the videos from nurses that they say okay, don't wear a mask in your car. Like you need that vitamin E from the sun. Like it's healthy for you. It's good for you. So less people get not as many people get sick in the summer because of the sun.
Yeah.
And then in the winter you tend to get more sick because there's not as much sun.
Right.
So there is that myth too. I don't think it's a myth, but I think it's a real thing.
No, it's
because there's definitely going to be another flare up in December.
That's what I hear. But I think it's I think those are facts. I think I'm pretty sure they are. I've heard many podcasts, and I've read some articles. All of those could be subjective, you know. But I have read some that the daylight, sunlight is good for you. Even like, for example, if you wear sunglasses all the time, that's bad for you. Your eyes should have contact. You shouldn't be looking directly into the light, but you should have some kind of sunlight.
The sun is extremely healthy for you.
And, that's why they tell you get some sun every morning. And it's around the time once the sun rises, like 2 hours after the sun starts to rise, you start getting that sunlight.
Yeah, you should be going on walks. So I think in a way this is a good thing because I think people got pushed out more to do like walks and hikes and stuff.
Yeah.
You should have been doing that before because that keeps your antibodies up. You should be doing these drinking juices. You should have been doing all this stuff in the beginning and maybe you wouldn't have gotten the coronavirus.
There's some kind of a tomato juice in here, right?
We're drinking our
something.
Our juice.
But
can I get more beer though?
Of course
I think
you can.
this is all powder. Look at that.
Yeah. Let me drink mine first. Not just kidding.
You're lagging on yours. Come on.
Don't call me out on mine.
Should we tell the story of
that was a tick. I just spit out a tick, dude.
So earlier I told him that I think I got a bug up my nose, and he thought, what do you think it was?
The air? Did I say air?
Yeah, no, he said something else. You're like, no, it's not that. And I was like, I really think I got a bug up my nose.
It didn't taste bad. It didn't really taste too bad, you guys. The bug, the tick, it was. I mean, if anything, it was rinsed off from this. But whatever alcohol was in his beer is kind of washed away the tick.
Can I tell my Zoom story?
You know what? This is your show. You tell your Zoom story.
This is my show.
This is your show.
There's still a little bit more in there if you want the rest.
Okay. Did I introduce
my cup
you?
foamed up.
I did introduce you guys on the podcast, did I?
No, I don't know.
I think I did.
I'm Amaris. Amaris V on Instagram.
Amaris V on
you
Instagram.
tag me down below.
You guys, this is her second time on the show. She debuted on the show was back in December.
I'm happy to be back.
Back in December. Remember?
And I came straight from Cancun.
That's right.
From a flight back from Cancun, and I came here.
She's a hustler. Literally, she called me. She's like, I just got off the airport. I'm on my way. And you were there. You were here within 25, 30 minutes from Ontario.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. But we made it happen. Episode 22.
Oh, you remember it.
That's right.
It has 150 views.
I think it has more, right?
That's right. I think 153 is like that.
We got to get those views up. I guess I'm told that.
If you really want to know me, I feel like that one was more from the heart.
Well, we got to say that when you're talking, you're real, 100%. You never.
I think it depends what crowd I'm in. I think because I trust you and like, I trust you. Like I had told you with the other one, like those made me nervous.
Tell me your Zoom one.
Okay, so I did a Zoom. I did a Zoom podcast, so let's hope he doesn't listen. I did a Zoom podcast.
But you can tell me who he is, and then I'll directly send it to him. Just a spit. Go ahead.
No, well, I already told you the Instagram for the podcast.
Go ahead.
No, so I did a Zoom for like 3 hours. He was pushing me to drink the whole Zoom. Like, okay, like this is different. We're drinking micheladas. We're chilling. Yeah. We're drinking like straight tequila, which is like unprofessional on my part. Let me just say that. That was very unprofessional on me. I should have just said no from the start. And like when I work and when I model, I don't drink. I don't do that because I'm there to work. I go and work and I leave. If you want to go do that on your own time, go ahead and do that. But like you have to think of how that makes you look. Like I'm there to work and bounce, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I think I'm thinking about it now. And that's where I went wrong with this guy. Yeah. But we did like a 3-hour podcast and he just got weird because I had mentioned that I was dating someone and he got really weird about it. And he's like, you didn't tell me that before. After 2 hours into this podcast, and I was like, why would that even matter? Right. And then he lost the footage from the podcast because we did it via Zoom because of COVID-19. He FaceTimes me the next morning just to tell me that. Yeah. And I'm like, no makeup, big t-shirt on, like nothing revealing, but like I'm like in bed obviously because it was like 9 a.m. And he's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And like, it was just super, the way he went about it was super awkward. Like I get like, oh, you're a beautiful girl, you're a beautiful person. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, like I respect that. But the way he said it and so early, it was just a weird situation.
Uncle Creeper.
Yeah, it creeped me out. And like, I just felt like. Older dude? He's kind of, like he's not like older, he's like your age. Yeah, he's a dad. Like, and I just like, you have a little girl. Like, what do you want a guy telling that to your little girl? Yeah. Like, that was my thing. I just ate the mic.
Yeah, that's part of the show. You eat the mic.
No, so I just felt like it was super uncomfortable, really unprofessional. He just lost a 3-hour podcast on top of it. And it was just like, there was no going back. So I went on my Snapchat and I was so absolutely pissed because I was just like, you just ruined a work relationship. Because it's not just with podcast people, it's with photographers. Because once you cross that line and you hit on me, I don't want to work with you again. I don't want to go anywhere with you. Like, you just crossed that line. Right. Whether I like you or not, that's my initiative to take, not yours. Right. And, like, if you're doing it work-related, if you do like me, don't hit me up work-related. Right.
You got to, so.
You have to draw that line.
It's a different, you got to, draw the line and you're either on this side or on that side, right? Because you're saying, hey, if you want to hit on me, and then we'll see where it goes. But we can't work together. We can't work together, right? That's what you're saying.
Because now it's awkward.
What I thought was weird when you told me that was why would he FaceTime me? Why not just a phone call or a text message of, hey man, I lost it? Because listen, I have a hard time too when I contact females. I'm like, okay, I gotta make it seem like I have to really make it seem like I'm not. It's not I'm trying to get into you. I'm not into you. I just want a conversation. This is what it is. So I have to sell myself. And it's not so much selling. It is selling, but it's easy when you're being 100% genuine.
But I think it's different. Well, no, I can't really say anything. I was going to say because you're happily married. Your wife is here. She knows what you're doing.
No, but I am.
But I've done things with like guys who are quote unquote happily married and they're still hitting on me. Yeah.
As far, when you say you've done things, you mean as far as work?
Yeah.
You worked with guys and then
yeah.
So that was one of my questions was.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, I had to look because I'm on the
I don't want people assuming. Yeah.
No. So you've had times and occasions when
this is a promo moment.
Where you were,
Mr. Michi.
We're talking about guys hitting on girls, so why not mention
Mr. Michi won't hit on you.
No, but so you've had a lot of those incidents, right? When you work with people and they come on to you, right?
Promo modeling too.
Photographer, videographer, whatever it is, or promos. Okay,
where the reps hit on you, like
how do you deal with that?
I always speak up about it, but I know girls.
To that person or to your employer?
To my boss, yeah, to my boss. And if that person crosses the line, I'm like, "How's your girlfriend?" I will be very vocal about that. Yeah. But I know girls who. They tell me like, oh, this trucker, like, for example, I probably shouldn't have said that. I said trucker, but this person Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, because some truckers there's truckers who are respectful, and I've seen truckers who aren't respectful. Mm-hmm. I had to look up some of the words that they call me on, like, what other people post on their Instagram. Yeah, lizard liquor. You know what that was?
You got that? I know what it is, but
I got called a lizard liquor last year.
Were you hanging out at the truck stop?
No, it was like a picture in front of one of the trucks, and it went viral, and people were commenting lizard liquor. But then other truckers were like defending me.
Good for
okay, the trucking world is a whole different world in itself. Like, people don't understand. Like, it's a whole different world. But yeah, I had to look up what lizard liquor was.
Yeah, that's not cool. I found that I didn't know. Okay, I gotta tell you, I didn't know what it was until I had someone on here that told me what it was.
Was it Laura?
No, it wasn't Laura. It was Contaneros. It was Louis, right? Mm-hmm. He told me what it was, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I didn't know, man. Like, I really didn't know that that's what it was, but that is a term. But from what I understand, that's only when you're at the truck stop. So that, but that was just someone, hating.
But when I do the shoots, it probably looks like I'm at a truck stop.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No.
But you're just a model. I mean, like many others out there. I mean, there's an Instagram page designated just for what is it, Babes and Big Rigs or something?
There's Babes and Big Rigs, who's actually run by it's a June bug. Who's actually run by my friend Evan. Okay. He's known as the metal polisher, so he polishes trucks. Yeah. And there's Girls in Big Rigs. They're kind of newer than Babes and Big Rigs, but Girls in Big Rigs has been super sweet and supportive to me. They're like, send me your pictures, we'll post them. So they've been like super duper sweet lately too.
I think that's important though.
And Babes and Big Rigs is OG.
What, Babes and Big Rigs?
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
But no, like you said, it's very important that they're supportive, right? They're not out there like dangling, piece of meat kind of thing. They're supportive. Yeah. They're promoting you. They're promoting the truck.
Yes.
Right.
And I recently did a music video, and I was bothered because there was me and another girl on a music video, and this guy always does music videos with two girls. He's a very nice guy. I will say that. But he always does music videos with two girls.
I'm joking, Uncle.
Well, you'll go beat him up. What's good? I'm kidding. No, so he posts on his Instagram after music videos, which I wasn't aware of after I did the music video, and he's all like, which one? So he'll post a picture with both girls on each side of him, and he tells his followers he has a large following, and he says, like, which...
Well, I know what... So what do you think the implication is?
For me, it's offensive. Like, I'm like, which do you like more? Yeah. Like, why do you gotta bring it like that? Yeah. I'm equal to her.
Right.
Like, I don't like that. I don't like comparing me to someone else.
It's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's a very it's not cool.
And people go in on those. Yeah, that I just recently did that music video, like probably a couple weeks ago, and I was reading those comments like crazy because I was so bothered. I was like, I want to see what people are saying about me. Yeah. But like, I didn't really see he did that. Otherwise, I would have said no to the music video if I had known.
Of course. How did it make you feel after reading those comments? And do you think that you're going to continue to read comments?
No. I will always read comments.
Always.
I shouldn't, but I will.
Shouldn't. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah. And I mean, for me, it's like I know who I am, but at the same time, like people are like, because the girl I was modeling with, she was like blonde and she looked fun and stuff, and I'm obviously a little bit more conservative for the most part, and I don't know, it was just like bothersome. They're like, oh, one looks like she'd be funner because she has bigger boobs and she has a boob job, and like it's like I don't have a boob job right now, like it's obvious, like I don't have like that same body, like I don't know, it was just kind of like it was bothersome, but I know the person that I am, so it doesn't. At the same time, I'm just kind of like,
right. I say that because I say you shouldn't look at comments, and I do because I don't get too many. So when I post something and I get comments, I'm gonna read them. Once I start getting to the hundreds of comments, I won't have time. I won't have time to read them.
I haven't reached 100 comments yet either.
Okay, you'll definitely get to. You're at 30-something thousand.
I'm at 3,000, and it's all organic. Yeah. I haven't bought any followers, which is very common to do. Yeah. I haven't bought any followers yet, so everything's purely through shoutouts. I've tried to figure out that Instagram algorithm. I cannot for the life of me. I bought into freaking guides to try and figure it out. Yeah. I cannot figure it out for the life of me.
I think I can genuinely say that mine are pretty organic too, 700.
Yeah. No, but at the same time, you're almost 2,000, so you shouldn't even look at it.
I'm not even. I see the numbers, but I don't really.
I wish I knew what number I was at when I did the first podcast with you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. I need to get into the habit of taking a screenshot of that just to see if the progress.
Yeah. I think I've progressed from the last time I saw you.
You definitely have.
Yeah.
No, you definitely have. You can tell. I could tell on your stories. You're a lot more active. You're definitely. You know what I like? Okay, I want to get back to what we were just talking about the comments. Okay. But what I like about your stories, and we kind of talked about this on the old podcast on number 22, is you were posting not just the positive stuff, you're posting also the grind, what it takes, the hard work. Mm-hmm. Like some of your stories, you're angry, you're upset. No. You're like fuck, like you don't want to be here. Like that look. When you see a lot of stories, you see a girl working out with a smile on her face.
No, I'm not.
And you're like, fuck you. Like you tell your trainer, like, why are you recording? Even though I know you just said, you asked him to, but
yeah. Well, it depends. Like sometimes if I'm wearing a shirt from a company like Just Boxing, shout out to Sean. But like when I'm doing workouts. But last week I posted one. I don't know if you saw it. He posted one where I was sitting there and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Yeah. And he was recording me because he thinks it's hilarious to him.
I think it's good. I think it shows your realness. The realness.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people like those. And I don't like them because I'm sitting there with no makeup on early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. Yeah. So you're right. Because I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But you're right.
Yeah. No, that's why I like that you're putting that out there and you're allowing yourself.
Oh, I post without makeup on all the time.
Yeah. I like that. It's cool.
Yeah, like when I was thinking I did an unboxing, at first I was kind of bothered. I was like, oh, I'm not wearing makeup and my hair's a mess. Like my hair's dirty. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it. Yeah. Excuse me.
I think I dropped many of them before you, so you're fine. That's the alcohol talking.
Like you literally had to think.
She's already slurring her words.
No, you literally had to think like, am I gonna let this bother me? Yeah. Or I'm gonna go upstairs and do my makeup and hair, waste 2 hours doing that to go post this unboxing on Instagram. Yeah. It's not worth it when you're not gonna do anything for this day, unless you want to, unless you feel like feeling pretty. Yeah. Like sometimes I do feel like today I felt like feeling pretty. Yeah. So I did my makeup. Nice. So what? Like, and sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I want to let my face breathe. So, which is what happened the other day. But I was kind of bothered that day, and I was thinking in my head, like, I need to put a filter on because I'm not wearing makeup. Yeah. At the same time at the gym, I never wear a filter. Yeah. Well,
you're working out. Like, you're working out. You're putting in the time.
But some people will be like, some people will say, like, oh, what's wrong with your under eyes? And I'm like, I have dark circles. Like.
Yeah. That's going back to reading your comments again.
But I have had people, so it's like you can't make people happy either because there's people who will comment like, you have really dark circles, Amaris. And then I have people comment, why are you wearing makeup to the gym?
Yeah. You can't win.
So at the end of the day, you're not going to make anyone happy. No. You're going to make yourself happy.
No, you have to make yourself happy by doing what's best for you. And that's it.
Yeah.
But.
Which comes back to the relationships that we were talking about because.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to do what's going to make yourself happy.
You can't look in a relationship. You're gonna defer. Mm-hmm. That's the relationship. You're gonna defer. Mm-hmm. Not all the time. That person, your partner has to defer too. It's a working thing, right? You have to. Yeah. You guys both communication. You talk about it, and then you make up a decision. But you have to have an outcome because you're living that life together, especially when you get married. But it is, you can't be selfish in those ways, But anyways, I'll get off of that real quick because I want to get back to his comments on social media. Mm-hmm. I got a comment about you, right? And I was gonna ask you those negative comments. How do you take those? And you made a joke about it on the last podcast with your nieces talking about
they call me Auntie Hoochie. They don't call me Auntie Hoochie.
They don't call you. They grew out of it.
They call me Amaris.
Amaris.
They can't say my name.
Oh, okay, Amaris. Yeah. Well. When you get those, she's a hoochie, this and that.
It's funny. It's funny. Well, it's because it's my nieces, 2 little girls.
No. I'm talking about now comments, though. We're talking about comments on social media, on Instagram.
Sometimes they bother me. Okay, so Linda, for example, she's in the calendar. She was
on June, yeah.
She was in a music video recently. This is an example. She was in a music video recently, and this girl was commenting on the music video saying, that girl got the part she did because she was sleeping with the producer. And she's like, little does her boyfriend know. And we're talking to how Linda's very vocal about her boyfriend on her Instagram.
Right, yeah.
And Linda reposted it. And she's like, how dare you say that my boyfriend, like, that I do this against my boyfriend's will, like, that I do any of this. And it's true, because some people, a lot of the jobs I get, they're like, oh, she did this with this person to get that.
Yeah.
And that's very common.
That's
I mean,
haters,
sometimes
right?
it does happen, but I've never done that.
Yeah.
I could have easily done that. And I've had guys tell me, like, I have dated guys who are in business, like, well, I'm hanging out with girls for business. I could have done a lot of things for business, doesn't mean I did it.
Right.
And it bothers the heck out of me when guys try and say them all and stuff. Oh, you probably did that for business. I could have, I didn't.
Yeah.
You should trust in the fact that I didn't. And I've had a lot of guys tell me that.
Is it hard for you?
It's hard dating when you're modeling.
Yeah.
Because before I was modeling, it was so much easier, because I've only been modeling for about 2 years, maybe 2-3 years.
Oh yeah, 3 years.
So it's pretty decent.
I'm correcting you now, 3 years.
It's pretty new for me. It's pretty new. And even the first year, I was at the biggest thing I did was at the Troquero, you know? But like when I started modeling and getting deeper into it, guys had a hard time.
Yeah.
Because they felt like I said, they didn't like that other guys were giving me attention at work. They felt that I was doing things with other guys at work. They thought I was working parties for a reason, and I wasn't working parties like that. I was bartending parties, or I was serving drinks at a party, or, you know, like, it's just different things for business. And like, I've had guys be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this, hang out with girls for business too. What I'm doing is not the same as just hanging out with girls. Like, I'm making drinks, I'm doing this. And it can be like, people will look at it as, oh, she's escorting, she's a prostitute, she has a sugar daddy. Like, people look at it like that.
Well, insecurity is a real thing, and it's ugly. All right, so I mean, it happens.
It's a turn off,
and it goes both ways. You know, like, you got a lot of girls that are feeling insecure, and they get upset when their guys are out there working, and they work with women or women at the office even, and they'll get upset, and that's what starts a lot of those arguments. You know, so you have to be, for sure, you have to be secure with yourself, right? Be comfortable with your body, with yourself, and you gotta trust that your significant other is going to be there for you, and, you know, not for anyone else.
I think, like, the biggest thing is you want a team. Like, I've told people in the past, like, I'm not looking for someone who's just going to support me. Like, I'm going to support you as much as you support me. Yeah. But I think that's a tough pill for people to swallow. How's that bug shooting you? Okay. It's the same June bug, I feel like.
It is. It's the same pest one I had in my mouth.
Yeah. No, like, I just feel like it's different, because I think that's a hard lesson for people to learn, is that I don't know, because like, I've told guys, like, you support me, I'll support you. Yeah. But they didn't support the fact that I was posting bikini pictures and not them. And that's hard for me, because my Instagram's my resume now. So I don't submit my portfolio pictures, I submit my Instagram. So, and I've had people tell me, well, why don't you just create another Instagram? And I understand that, but my life is already, I don't want to be on Instagram all the time. I want to be going on dates with you. I want to go traveling with you. I want to go live my life with you and not be on Instagram posting about it. I don't want to go have to create another Instagram to make you happy. And like, maybe it is selfish of me. Maybe I am doing the wrong thing. I could be, but I don't see the reasoning in making a whole other Instagram to make someone else happy.
You're only doing the wrong thing if you feel that you're doing the wrong thing.
I mean, I could be, because in my head it might seem right, and to you it might not seem right.
Yeah. Well, that's when you have to find that mutual agreement with someone. You know? It's
just hard for me, because my parents dated for 2 months and got engaged. I have good friends who have dated guys for 6 months and got engaged. And I've dated multiple guys who were like, oh, I don't like your Instagram. I'm like, that's your biggest problem? So it is an insecurity. At the same time, like, it could be my fault for posting what I do, because things have gone more scandalous, where I feel like I have pushed the cart a little bit more lately on my Instagram. But I also have grown in modeling since the last time I saw you. I'm now booking ads. I'm booking bigger jobs on my own that I wasn't booking when I.
Well, you shot a music video too, right?
Yeah, I've been shooting a lot of music videos. I've been shooting. My newest one was a Amaris Cosmetics ad. I have a billboard coming out soon, and then I haven't announced yet. And
the billboard? Are we breaking news here?
No. Not yet. I have to talk to people. Not yet. Yeah, but there is some report coming out soon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not here in a different state. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna go make another Instagram to make you happy. Right. But I do feel like I'm like, maybe I'm making the wrong decision because I'm being selfish and not making my man happy. Mm-hmm. At the same time, like, why is our relationship based off of my Instagram? Mm-hmm. Whether I post or not.
Yeah.
And
especially when you are using your Instagram for business, you are, so why would you do
I had a friend who told me today, she's like, grow your business. She's like, focus on you, grow your business. And if he doesn't want to support that, he's not happy with that, let him go. Yeah. And, we were talking about a situation and like, he's in Vegas right now. Yeah. And he was bothered by my Instagram because I was posting bikini pictures. Mm-hmm. And I was scared to post the picture that I did today because it was a bikini picture.
I'm glad you did. I'm really glad you did because, now that I know what I know, I'm glad you did. Because it's not an FU, it's just this is me.
No, and if you knew what I came from and you knew what I wanted, I was always an ugly duckling when I was younger. Yeah. I wasn't the person that I am today. I was a freaking ugly duckling. Mm-hmm. I wore wire glasses. I wore big jackets. I was scared to show my legs. Like, there was a lot of things.
No, we got into it on the first podcast. Mm-hmm. You're the tallest kid, the tallest cousin around.
Yeah. I don't sit up. I don't stand up straight. I don't sit up straight.
And that's a big thing, when you're taller than a lot of people, you tend to hunch over.
Like, I see myself in pictures and music videos, and I'm like, why are you hunching over? Like, I get mad at myself. Yeah. Like, why are you still hunching over?
That's still lingering.
Like, it's old habits die hard. Yeah. And then so things like that, and someone had told me oh, you're too busy posting bikini pictures, and I mean, my last 2 pictures weren't even bikini pictures, and you're saying that recently. Yeah. And then even today, I had taken those pictures a month ago. They just got back from editing. I had an amazing photographer shoot those, and those pictures just got back from editing. Yeah. And I was excited to post them, but at the same time, I was scared to post them because this person had told me, "Oh, you're too busy posting bikini pictures instead of me." Yeah. And so it took balls for me to post it, and that's why I put the caption that I did. Mm-hmm. But I was so close to being my petty self and being like, "Oh, one time a guy told me, I don't like that you post bikini pictures, so here you are." Yeah. I really wanted to really put that, but at the end of the day, I've grown in modeling recently, and it's partly because of this whole COVID thing that I'm not going to school right now. Well, I'm on summer break from school, so I'm not going to school for right now. And then I'm not working in a restaurant right now, so I'm not giving up jobs to go to school or go to work. Yeah. I'm completely focusing on modeling, and those opportunities have been amazing for me. I've booked ads that are going to be on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I'm trying to book commercials. I'm trying to move myself up. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to book my own job, so I'm not working through an agency as much. And so, I mean, there's no problem with working through an agency, and sometimes it's safer. We talked about that in the last podcast. But at the same time, if I do it on my own, I'm not giving someone a fee for finding my job, basically. And I've grown, and I told you in the last podcast, every time you see someone doesn't mean they're going to be the same person that they were last time. Right. So they could be a better person, they could be a different person, they could be a worse person. That's up to that person. But I'm not the same person that you talked to in January. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does, 100%. There's a person that I think we know mutually, Jerry Arias of Tyne Edge Athletics, Michael Dutchover, even Torres. Those guys are trained.
Do you see what the
He's back. Those 2 guys, they train with Jerry right now. Jerry, just talk him down.
Get on.
He's gone. Are you serious? You're making fun of me with bugs? You're the one that's afraid of bugs.
It's all the headphones.
I had a really good point.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking with you. No, going back to it. Jerry Arias, he says if you're not comfortable with or what does it say? I'm sorry. Jerry, I apologize, but I'm gonna butcher what you said or what you posted. But he said somewhere along the lines of, "Yeah, I'm changing, and if you don't like it, whatever. I'm changing, and that's good. Change is good. In other words, sorry, Jerry. I don't know.
No, but I literally told you last podcast. Yeah. I can be if we interview a year from now. I can be a totally different person with totally different goals.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened because guess what? I hadn't even told anyone, but I'm not going to Cal State LA anymore. I'm changed to Brandman University, an all-online school, because Cal State LA wouldn't give me financial aid.
Yeah.
They wouldn't help me out with any financial aid or scholarships. No counselors were telling me different classes to take. Like, no one was giving me a straight answer on what classes to take.
Yeah.
So I enrolled in a Brandman University, which is an all-online private school through Chapman University. And my counselor literally texts me. They tell me what class I'm going to take. I'm not fighting for classes.
That's
I'm paying more.
At Brandon?
Yeah. What happened was I was attending Cal State LA, which I've been attending for about a year now, at the beginning of the whole COVID thing.
But are you still doing the speech pact?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still doing that in the early childhood development. The thing was, I was still attending Cal State LA, and during the whole COVID thing, I realized how much money I was spending on gas, getting to school every day, and being there all day, and buying food, coffee, parking, food, coffee. I'd go through like 2 cups of coffee at the least a day, because I'd be there from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And like that would be after me going on to work and so on. Right. So I realized how much money I was spending, and the school wasn't helping me figure out what classes I needed. It was a mess. So I chose to enroll in Brandman University during this whole COVID thing. And it's going to be all online, so I can concentrate on modeling, because then I discovered like maybe I can do better modeling, and I had better opportunities, but I wasn't taking them because I was going to class. Yeah. I was giving up jobs to go to school, which is totally fine, because at the end of in the end, that's going to help me out. Right. But at the same time, I was giving up a lot of good jobs who were, I don't know, I should be taking now. I don't know if those opportunities are going to be here later. Yeah.
Well, it definitely gives you that flexibility, right? To choose
and I was just
those
wasting
jobs
so much gas driving to Cal State LA every day. Gas and time.
Yeah.
And
which are 2 things that we just, we'll pay for, right? We have to pay for gas. We got to, and then time. We pay for time. I'm a guy. I take that fast track all day long. Right to Cal State LA. The fast track. I take it all day long because I'd rather pay for that.
And it goes right over here.
Yeah.
But I live in Whittier, so there was no fast track to me for me.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you get on the 10, if you take the 10.
I have to get in, pop off. Yeah. It's a little.
Yeah. But I mean, you understand though, right? You pay for that time. Like, you'll do it because.
I would sometimes pay just to take the fast track, because I was like, I don't want to take the fast track, but I'm going to pay because I just want to get home faster. Yeah. Because I was hungrier, because I need to do homework and get to work. I need to do this. I need to do that.
And it makes sense. So you did that at any point, switching over to the online courses because of this pandemic thing, it seems like everyone is going to be going towards online courses anyways.
Yeah.
Did that?
I heard fall semester's still going to be online, which I kind of think did I make a bad decision doing that?
No, yeah, probably not. You didn't, because
no. Well, Brandman's quarter, Cal State's semester, so the classes are a lot longer, and I felt like I was getting bored of classes. Yeah. Well, it's hard because it's like right now I'm getting quick, easy money. Well, it's not easy. It took me a while to get here, because if you asked me a year ago or a year and a half ago,
modeling,
I wasn't getting the jobs that I was getting into. Because now I'm getting into the more acting side, because I wanted to do commercials. And at the beginning of this year, I wanted to manifest that I wanted to do a commercial and I wanted to get in a magazine. So the magazine thing hasn't happened yet, but I'm gonna make it happen if I really want to. I can make it happen whenever I want. Yeah. The commercial thing, it finally got to me, but I don't know how to explain it. That wasn't my end game before, but now it's quick, easy money now, but it's great for my age. Yeah. But in 10 years from now, I won't be able to play the same roles at my age. Those same roles, so as many roles that I have now won't be there for me later on.
You want to do as much as you can right now that you can do it, because that it's available, as opposed to 10 years from now.
Yeah, right now it's my time, and I still want to go to school. Yeah. Which a lot of girls who are models, I feel like don't do the same, and I do envy them that they don't go to school, because I hate homework, I hate class. I sit there, but it's because I do want a family at the end of the day. And what if I don't find someone who can help take care of me, or what if I want to be a team with someone. I want to combine my money with theirs. Like, I don't want to rely just on their money.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a team with someone. I'm looking for a best friend.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for someone who's going to take care of me. I'm looking for a best friend. I want someone who I'm going to spend all my time with. I'm looking for, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, if my money combined with theirs, that's great.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to specifically look for someone to be like, are you going to take care of me? Like, that's not what I'm going to look for.
Contestant number 3. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna host The Bachelor here. They're all gonna come into the garage.
No, but really quick though.
I wish.
They're coming in now. No, did it lengthen the time of your plan to graduate with a degree?
No, it's gonna be faster because it's quarters. So classes only 4 weeks long.
Yeah.
But you take a small amount of classes every quarter.
So will it be before?
Huh?
Before?
It might be before, yeah.
That's good.
It's totally up to me though, because I can be taking classes right now. I just needed a break.
Yeah.
This whole COVID thing was a blessing to me because when I saw you, I was working a lot.
Yeah, you had 3 jobs. I don't know if you were still with those 12 roommates, or did you have already moved out?
I had moved out with the studio apartment.
Okay. Still out there or over here in Whittier?
In Whittier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're busy and you have all the kinds of people. It's hard to study and hard to, get everything done. 4 hours of sleep. I'm sorry, that reminds me real quick. I was looking at my notes. There was a goat that was around a lot in your stories. What was up with that?
That was my friend's goat. It was
there and then it wasn't.
Like a goat phase. I don't know, like a farm phase. It was weird.
Okay. It wasn't for yoga or anything like that?
No, I wish. I told him, I was like, you should start like yoga classes with your goat. But his goat wasn't people friendly.
Oh.
Like he was scared of people. But I was like obsessed with the goat.
But what was this like typical goat that would eat all your shit?
Well, he got it for because he had a big yard, so he wanted it to kind of like pasteurize his like backyard, so he could grow like plants and stuff. Yeah. And so, cause like I feel like during quarantine, everyone started growing plants. Yeah.
You started a garden yourself.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Well, I was bored, so I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I always make the joke. My mom's like, "Are you gonna be home tomorrow?" I'm like, "Where am I gonna go?" Like, I'm not gonna work. Well. I can't say anything because Thursday I have like 3 jobs Thursday, but that's just a fluke.
Yeah.
But
all modeling.
Yeah. Which I absolutely love. Like I don't know if I want to go back to the restaurant, but I do want to open my own restaurant or like get more into bartending. Like I don't know if I want to go back to the restaurant. I don't.
Really?
This whole break, because my mind was so focused on saving money.
Are you already at a point where you can just do modeling only?
Yeah. All right. But the thing is that saved my ass during this whole COVID thing was I could get unemployment. Modeling, I'm under 1099. So it's not the same amount of money as I make serving. Yeah. So my ass was saved unemployment wise.
Were you buying all these illegal fireworks?
No. I was buying Louis shoes.
Louis shoes?
No, I saved up money. I've been saving money. My mom yells at me every time she sees me. Yeah. She's like, "Where do you get this stuff from?" Yeah. I have my connections. Just kidding.
When you were a little girl, you said that you would get those 17 magazines.
Yeah, I wanted it.
You wanted to be.
I looked at 17 magazine, and there was another magazine called Quinceañera magazine. Yeah. And I wanted to model, but I knew I wasn't pretty enough. Mm-hmm. And like, it's crazy to look back then and like at now and the person that I am. Yeah. It's absolutely insane. Like even I was just thinking before I came here today, I was thinking how crazy it was the person that you interviewed in January to the person that I am today. Yeah. Because it's 2 different people. Yeah.
You're way more comfortable.
Well,
just talking about.
Let me just tell you this because my trainer was laughing. He was all like, Amaris, you're so much more rested. Mm-hmm. And I'm all like, he's like, you're so much more happier now. I was like, because I slept. I slept.
Yeah, that's right. You were only sleeping 4 hours.
Yeah.
Now we're at 8 or 9.
I don't know, but I slept. Like that was the thing. That was the big thing at first. Was I was sleeping. I was like, oh my god, I got a full night's sleep. I slept in. I took naps.
I think most of us needed this.
Some people.
It sucks. It sucks that what's going on. It sucks that people are suffering through this stuff. But a lot of us were living that fast pace. Always like me when. My coach, coaching my son with his little league, everything, every Saturday, every practices during the week was just always on. Never like had time to like take a break. Now, there's times when we just chill.
Yeah.
I got a new patio set, and I'm relaxing.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, now we're relaxing on the backyard.
That's good.
We never used our backyard. Now we use it. You know, we're like, fuck it, you know.
Yeah, like I thought it was crazy. I was like, so many people are going on walks around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I was like, that's beautiful. Like that is beautiful. Get under the sun, go on your walks. That's the most healthy thing.
Just as a community, we just need to start getting out. You know, walking, it could be around the block a couple times. Just get out there. You know.
Yeah.
Relax. So then you're still with EV Agency?
Yes.
You still work with them?
Yes.
Are you still doing a lot of promos with them right now?
Right now, there's no promos.
It's slowed down.
It's a weird world. Yeah, but there's still jobs out there. But I had to look a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
But I had some casting sites that I was already a part of, and that's how I started booking commercial jobs. So you're gonna see me on your Snapchat ads now, your Instagram ads.
Yeah.
Which is kind of in my head, it's more for embarrassing products. Yeah. It's like those as seen on TV stuff that you're gonna see on Instagram ads.
Hepatitis C or
no. I mean, I guess I can if I wanted to. I've seen those ads. Doesn't mean I want to. But sorry, I just kicked you.
It was a bug you were trying to get out of.
No, so I mean, I have found more jobs like that as opposed to just liquor promos, which is what I was doing before. That's why I told you, I was like, it's not the same person you saw in January talking in January, because I've kind of upscaled myself in jobs, and I've done a lot more. I wasn't doing music videos before, and it was partly because I was trying to date someone. I didn't want to do music videos because I didn't want to be disrespectful, and a lot of the music videos, you're a love interest, and but at the same time, I kind of think if that person trusts you and I don't know, how would you feel if your wife was doing that?
It's different. It's different because I didn't meet my wife when she was doing videos like that. So it's kind of like that. I was telling you that stripper story, right? You got a guy that meets his girlfriend at a strip club, and then he tells her to stop dancing. It's like, this is where you met her. This is her thing. This is her element. You can't ask her to take this away. She's got to do it on her own. If she wants to stop dancing, she's gonna stop dancing. Same thing with modeling. Same thing with any really occupation. You can't, if you're taking that person because you're accepting them for who they are. You're not dating them because they're a piece of ass on screen or on Instagram.
And modeling started off as a side hustle for me. It wasn't a main hustle, and now it's the main hustle, but I fell in love with it. Yeah. And that's a hard pill, or a hard pill for me to swallow myself, and a hard pill for others to swallow, including my own family. Yeah. And it's just, whether you're gonna accept that, you're gonna accept that. You don't. Yeah. But I think it is difficult, but you do have to have confidence and trust. But for me, that's an attractive thing in a male. If I see a male with that, I find that so attractive that they're like that and they're not worried about it. Yeah. That they're Linda, for example. Her boyfriend applies her to castings. Her boyfriend finds jobs for her. Her boyfriend hypes her up in those videos. Yeah. He's like, that's my girlfriend. That's amazing. I always tell her, I'm always like, I wish I had a guy like that. Yeah. And she's like, just wait. She's always telling me, she's like, yeah, he's like that. He's always super supportive. He actually found EV Agency for her.
Oh, really?
Yes. Nice. Yeah. So some guys are like that, and some guys are complete opposite. Yeah.
And you got to stop looking for. You can't go looking for. Oh, I want this is particular. It's gonna come. It's gonna come to you.
You can't go looking.
When you go looking for that, you're never gonna find it. Sometimes it just falls.
I was telling someone, I was like, man, when I first turned 22, 23, I was looking for guys. They had to be taller than me. They had to be a specific height. Now I don't care if you're thicker than me. I don't care if you're shorter than me. I really don't care. Yeah. As long as you treat me right and you're okay with my job and you're gonna support me, and I'm not saying financially. I want your support. I want you to be there. You're gonna do this, getting me exciting, getting me excited for a job now. Sometimes I'm scared to take jobs depending on the person I'm dating because I don't know how they're gonna act. Yeah. You know? Right. And a lot of guys, they like the idea of dating a model, but once they get into it, they're like, oh, I don't like that you do that. Yeah. And it's who are you to say when you met me when I was already modeling? Right. Yeah. And that's a really tough pill to swallow. Yeah. But
stop swallowing that pill.
But at the same time, as a woman, you have to have confidence and be like, you know what? I was doing this before this guy and still go do it, even though I've been in the experience where I was worried and I was like, I'm going to lose this guy because I'm going to go take this job. Yeah. But like at the same time, like I also have to think in my head, like you're still young. Like there's plenty of guys out there. I hope, but there's plenty of guys out there who are gonna still accept you for who you are, and I understand the fact that that is the job you chose. Like I always wonder, like I'm like, how do stars do it? Because they're out here doing movies with sex scenes with other guys, and they're married, and I'm like, I have a guy who's getting mad at me for doing jobs in a swimsuit, like photo shoots in swimsuits.
You have to be willing to accept to lose someone that you thought you were gonna get. You know what I mean? Because you don't know, right? You think that you have someone until they give you your true color. Everybody, the first 2-3 dates, you're gonna meet the representative, right? You know how they say that.
Yeah.
And then after like the third date, that's when the true colors come out.
I feel like after a couple of months, after like the honeymoon period,
right,
is when the true colors come out.
Exactly. So you gotta kind of just be willing to say, hey, there's a next, like you just said, like hopefully there's another one out there. There's plenty. You know, they say, like, what's that website? Somebody said it earlier.
Plenty of fish in the sea.
Plenty of fish in the sea, right? The website, the app. There is plenty of fish. You just gotta, don't rush into it.
Yeah.
You concentrate on yourself, and then eventually something might come up, and then you might get a Linda kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and now she's living with her boyfriend. Like,
yeah. And that's awesome. I think like I was in 100%. Like that dude and her that she's willing to put it out there.
You should interview the both of them. Just kidding.
That'd be nice. I told her we talked. We did kind of say something. So
I saw that.
Maybe we should come on.
When she goes, I want to go see. I'll stand here and see and hype her up. I'm kidding.
I'm
on the side like that.
Studio audience. You may even come in and do a
I would be down to do. I would be down to do one with her or one with like Laura.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I love Laura.
That'd be cool. Or one day we can get Driscoll in here.
Oh,
we'll have Driscoll come out here. Food. Yeah, we'll do a co-host thing.
Imagine. Oh well, he can cook. I can make drinks.
Dang, I'm gonna get hooked up. I'm the one that wins on this podcast.
We can sit here and have like they're called mukbangs where you eat.
A muck?
You've never heard of those mukbangs?
Mm-mm.
You just sit and you eat and you talk.
Yeah.
That's it. They're called mukbangs. Okay. You just sit and eat and talk.
I like that. Sounds good already.
If there's food, you're there.
Oh yeah. So what are some of the things that we're looking forward to right now after quarantine? Do you have anything planned after quarantine?
I want to try. I don't have anything planned, but I do want to travel more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know with who, but I do want to travel.
Friends, your work buddies.
I don't know. Go travel for work.
Yeah. But that's a free vacation if you look at it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, models are a different breed. We're all in competition with each other.
Is it really?
Sometimes, but I mean, there's girls like Linda. Me and Linda support each other. Me and Eileen support each other.
Mm-hmm.
Some girls support each other. Some girls work against each other.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name names, but there's some girls where we're against.
This is the perfect platform to do that. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it. No, that it sucks. But yeah, I guess I mean I can see it both ways.
If you think about it, in reality, we're all in competition with each other. There could be a job. You could be hosting a job where you're like, okay, I'm gonna choose one girl. There's 5 of us applying. We're all in competition with each other. We're all friends.
Yeah.
So I'm weird about Linda. I'll be friends with because I know the true person that she is.
Yeah.
Some girls don't have those same intentions.
When something like that happens, when they do choose, they have 5 girls, right? They're gonna choose one. How supportive are you? How long does it take for you to be supportive of your friend?
At first, I used to get jealous, and now I'm like, oh, good for them.
Yeah.
But before, like getting rejected a lot was hard for me.
Yeah.
Like getting rejected, because I get rejected. We talked about this in the last one.
Yeah.
I get rejected all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of girls see I'm just booking jobs left and right, but they don't know that I got rejected 5 jobs in a row.
Yeah.
They don't know when I got rejected because I'm not. I might post it sometimes. Sometimes I might post it because I am very vocal on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I have been rejected by companies because I'm too thick, or they're worried on screen I'm gonna be too thick. That has happened, but there's companies who love my body.
Yeah.
There's companies who like that it's natural. There's companies who will tell me you need a boob job because you need to look sexier, you need to look older. Like, so I mean, it just depends. But like, some of us are really supportive of each other, and some of us aren't.
Yeah.
or some are fake supportive that I know of.
You saying friends, models, friends, or?
I mean, I'm not gonna name names. Just say they're friends.
Okay.
But I do work with some who are like they pretend to be there for you, you know, behind your back they're talking about you.
You said earlier, and you just mentioned it again. You said not yet.
For what?
When you said I'm not gonna get a boob, or I'm not getting a boob job, at least not yet.
Okay, I'm telling you, quarantine has done a number on some people. Let me tell you, because it has made me. It's made me self-conscious. Like I'm like I do have small boobs. Yeah. Like I'm like shoot, like, and like before for the longest time, like I was so in my head, I was so headstrong. Like I'm never gonna get a boob job. I'm gonna stay natural. Yeah. But it's hard being surrounded by people who are constantly not natural. And it makes me not want to be natural. Yeah. But like I don't know, like what's hard for me right now is a decision that I'm gonna have to make eventually where I'm like, if I do get it, like my worry is like I do want a boob job. I'm gonna be honest. I do want a boob job, but like I don't know if it's because I genuinely want one or if it's because what the industry is telling me.
That's what I was gonna ask you, because I think you should do it when you feel you want one.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, I know. And it's gonna be. I mean, I don't know. I have naturally have a boob job. I don't. I didn't ask for these. They just came. But the thing is that I've been noticing a lot. The trend is a lot of these women are taking them out.
Yeah.
They're taking out
because they say like cancers are in them and stuff.
Or in that, and then just the self-image thing, you know.
Yeah.
So that's it. It is something that. I would say don't rush into it. Wait and just like really.
It's something I've always thought about, and for the longest time I'd be like, I'm never gonna get one because I'm not gonna be like the rest of them. But now, like sometimes I see like, as I get older, I think this is where it's hard. As I get older, because I do have a younger look to me, because I'm 27, so I do feel like I look younger, and I get told that a lot. Yeah. Like I feel like if I did have bigger boobs, like I would seem more mature to people. Yeah. Because I would fit more of my age. Right now, I don't. That's the hard part. And like, I don't feel like when I was younger, it was like cute was the thing, and now that I get older, sexy's the thing. Yeah. And so it like glazed on my arm. No, and as I get older, sometimes I feel like I need a match. Like my sexy, like I want to feel sexy, and I do feel like I need to be more like voluptuous. But like I don't know if that's what society's telling me. Like in my head, I'm dealing with a battle. Is that something that society's telling me? My job's telling me, our friends are telling me, and like, what do you really want as a person? Because I don't, and that's why I haven't done it. Because I kind of feel like I'm like maybe that's something society's telling me that I need to do.
Well, no, society, your work industry, they're always gonna tell you that that's the way to go. Always. I think if you don't want to, I think you need to start looking back and think, well, what's going to work for me, and how can I rock what I have now? You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things. It feels it's weird from the 40-year-old telling me how, you know. But anyways, it's one of those things like don't rush into it. Think about it, wait it out, see what it is. You know, because I did notice that you said that earlier.
It's because during quarantine I have thought about it, but there's been a lot of downtime during this. And there's been a lot of time for me to think about things, or I've worked things where like comments have been made to me. But I don't want it to be something because someone told me a comment. I don't want it to be because society told me a comment. And that's what I feel like it might be right now. But I do also feel like I am getting older and I still have that cute girl image. I want to move on to the sexier image. But I feel like that also is something that I need to deal with self-confidence wise. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just, it's something difficult right now because it's something that I'm dealing with in myself that I don't know what I want. Because like I feel like there's so many voices in my head telling me different things, and I don't know what voice is what. Right. Which is why I haven't done it. Because I could have easily have done it during quarantine. Yeah. I could have easily taken my unemployment and gone to good job. Yeah.
Better than buying fireworks, though.
Well, my tough part was that I've been saving so much in case of an emergency, and I didn't think unemployment was a thing this whole time. Yeah. I never thought I'd be unemployed. Sorry. That's right. I never thought I'd be unemployed, I guess. Yeah. And so my whole life, not my whole life, but the past like 3 years of my life, I've saved and saved and saved and saved. And now I have all this money in case of an emergency. Now the emergency happened, I didn't think about unemployment for some reason. But I'm kind of glad I saved because there will be eventually a cap on that unemployment. Yeah. And it does scare me that the government's just printing out money left and right and giving to people. And I'm thinking in my head like, okay, where are you getting this money from? You can't just keep printing money. Right. So it makes me think like, okay, do I need to be buying gold? Do I need to be buying Bitcoin? Do I need to be buying stocks? Like, what am I doing wrong right now? So it's in the back of my head.
I think you and hundreds of other people are doing the same thing right now.
You know? This whole quarantine has messed up a lot of people. Yeah. I feel like mentally, because it made us all think like, what the heck is going on? Yeah. But some people are enjoying it. Like, by all means, go enjoy it.
I've always said it, make the best of whatever you have. You know, whatever cards you were dealt, make the best of it. You know?
For me, it was like, I spent my whole life saving, and then now, the money that I worked so hard to save, I easily doubled by not working. And I was like, that's weird. That's disappointing. And I was like, you don't know how hard, like, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into the money that went into my savings that I didn't touch for so long in case of an emergency. And then here I am, unemployed, relaxing, taking naps, sleeping in. And it's just for me chilling.
It's now you can think of it as you're rejuvenating, and you're gonna get ready, and you're gonna get after it once everything's clear.
Oh no, I feel like it's already there. Like with the modeling stuff, like I'm working like this lately.
I mean, you said it. It's like it's your resume. You know, the Instagram, all the roles. I mean, heck, even this podcast right here could be somewhat of a resume. Tips of this, you know.
Like for me, this podcast, this is where people can come and see the real me.
Right.
This is where people can come and see the struggles. Because sometimes, I mean, I do post on Instagram sometimes, but people don't see when like I'm crying in my car. I'm not gonna post that. I'm not gonna post like when I'm at home crying. I'm not gonna post when I'm at home sad, when I got dumped, I'm not gonna sit there and post that. Yeah. That's my news. And like, I mean, some people are, and that's your prerogative. If you want to post that, go ahead and post that. That's up to you. That's your Instagram. But like, I am kind of, for me, like, I think the biggest step was when I started posting with no makeup. Because not a lot of people post about makeup. And like, it took a long time for me to not care what people are going to think or care. And now I don't care.
That's important, being comfortable with yourself.
But sometimes, like, I do feel like, I'm like, oh, I feel like getting pretty today. Like, today I felt like getting pretty.
There you go.
And like, people always laugh. I'm like, it's not for another person. It was for myself.
That's what you should always do, though.
Yeah. Like, a lot of girls, they'll say, like, I felt like getting pretty for myself today. Like, it wasn't because I was going to go see you. Like, it was because I felt like getting pretty. The last time I came here...
I mean, you don't make me feel any better now. No, I'm just kidding.
The last time I was here, I wasn't wearing makeup. I don't think. I
don't remember.
Straight off a plane.
It was right off the airplane.
Yeah, I got straight off a plane. I was in sweats. Like, I was probably really... I think I was really bloated.
I think everyone was like, that's a model? No, I'm kidding.
You're going to get beat up later.
No, but it was cool that you did. I mean, it shows the grind, the hustle, where you just like, hey, listen, I have an opportunity.
Well, it's just like, this is me. When I go to work, I'm one person. When I'm out of work, I'm another person. When I'm at work, I'm working.
That's how, I mean, work is work, right? You hear it all the time, work is work, but when you make work your passion and you love doing it, you're gonna have a good time.
But some people look at work as like their time to hang out, or like some people look at work differently. I've seen girls take work way differently, and I've seen girls take it professionally like me, and I totally respect that. But some girls don't take it the same way I do. Some people show up late. Some people want to leave early. Some people want to show up without their uniform. Some people want to wear their uniform the way that they want to, not the way that they told us that we needed to. The way that was going to make them look hotter, but it wasn't the way the company wanted it. You know? Some people are just looking out for themselves. And, like, I look out for my friends, and I look out for myself, but I also go into jobs and I'm like, you're going to do this because it's your job. And that's it. You're going to do your job and you're going to leave. But not everyone's like that.
No, well, that's the bad part about it, that not everyone has the same work ethic, you know?
But, no, and work ethic is the thing that you grow, you learn, and not everyone has the same work ethic. I know girls who have been like, oh, I don't want to do this $20 an hour job. I'm like, this is why the minimum wage. Why are you worried about it? But then, like, but it's because I worked in a restaurant. Like, I see the dishwashers. I've helped the dishwashers are making minimum wage, and there's models complaining that they don't want to do $20 an hour jobs just by standing there. And I'm all like, I've helped the dishwashers at my job. I've helped them because New Year's Eve, we're backed up on dishes and they were going to have to be there till it was already 3 a.m. They weren't close to being done. And I put on an apron and I got back and helped wash dishes. I didn't care.
And I think that's one of those things where it's like, you just said it right there. New Year's Eve, most people, like your influencers and models, on New Year's Eve, you think they're out there working at a restaurant?
No.
No, they're not. You know, so that's just a little bit.
I will forever have respect to like dishwashers, bussers, waiters on holidays. Like sometimes, like I've gone to restaurants where the busser helped me out more than the server, and I've gone and tipped the server and I tipped the busser because he helped me out more than the server did.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to take away from my server too. But it's because I've been in those positions, so it's a little different.
Yeah. So making that decision of quitting the restaurant and going full time with the modeling, is that one of those things that you've been pondering a lot during this
quarantine? Yeah, because I saw I could do it without that, but at the same time, I don't know if it's because I'm like relying on unemployment. I haven't touched my unemployment though.
That's good. That's a good test to know if you're ready to.
Yeah.
Because it's like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
But at the same time, like I wouldn't be getting the same amount of unemployment if I had relied on my modeling money. I would have been shit out of luck.
But if you had more modeling jobs and able to save that nice little nest, you know what I mean, like savings.
Yeah.
If there was ever an emergency,
I would have been touching my savings, and right now I'm just chilling, collecting my unemployment.
That's for. For times of emergencies, that's what the savings is for.
Yeah, so I still haven't touched my savings. I still haven't touched my unemployment.
Yeah.
Everything I'm using is stuff I'm making.
There you go. I mean, how close are you to just going full time with the model?
Well, after this, like I've been really considering it, but at the same time, like I don't want to be a different person. I don't want to I like the person that I am, and I.
So you really feel that the working that restaurant job is humbling you? Is keeping you humble?
It's keeping me the person that I am, and I mean, I do kind of want to own a restaurant one day.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot more for me to learn.
Yeah.
But I have been in that industry for a while.
Yeah.
And I've done like a lot of positions in that industry. But I do an interview does want to bar a restaurant one day.
Yeah.
And like the tips are insane compared to like a lot of things. But sometimes I do like not all like there's some jobs where I'll be getting paid 150, 300 an hour.
Yeah.
There's some jobs I'll be getting paid 20 an hour. It's not the same.
Right.
So it's a gamble what you're gonna take. There's some months where I'll go with 0 jobs. There's months where I'll go with 5 or 6 jobs in a week. You know, so it's a gamble every time.
Yeah. That's
the other thing. It's a gamble.
Have you talked to many models that do this full time and get picked their brain and see how they're structured?
A lot of the models, I don't know, I don't want to judge, but a lot of the models I know still live with their parents. And I don't have the luxury of relying on my parents. I help take care of my parents.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what's hard for me too, is I help take care of people. So I take care of myself and I help take care of the people that I need to take care of.
Yeah.
So that's what's difficult for me. I need to be technically okay to help my mom and dad if something happens to them.
Yeah.
And I need to have that savings to help them just in case.
Are you the oldest?
Yes, I'm the oldest, yeah. Yeah. But I have a sick dad, like
right.
You know, I don't know what's gonna happen.
And then you are taking that role, that that maternal role, as an older sibling, especially being a female, you take that.
I mean, my brothers, I kind of lost hope for. We don't get along.
Well, no, you said one of them had his own business. Did he start it? Did he continue?
He has a car. He does a lot of things. He works he went back to school to be a vet, and then so he works in a vet office. And the vet office got crazy busy during quarantine because he said that people were home taking care of their animals more, and they realized what their animals needed. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So he's a lot busier now. He still won't wash my car. But,
man.
No, so he works at the vet office now. He's been working there for a little while. But yeah, no, my brothers are all older, so they can take care of themselves. But at the end of the day, if any of them needed money, they know they can come to me that they need money. But I need to be financially stable at all times for that to happen. But my last 3 years, 50% of whatever I made went into savings. So we were always like, oh, how do you save? How do you save? I was like, I made myself feel broke.
Yeah.
I literally made myself feel broke. Not anymore. Now I go and treat myself too.
Yeah.
Louis shoes or, but I saved
Gucci.
I do buy myself stuff sometimes. If I feel like it, I do,
good,
but I save and I save and I save.
So hard,
but I also don't have a family. I don't have kids. It's just me.
I tell you, when you have kids, you're not going to be able to
buy
yourself those.
My mom always tells me. My mom always tells me.
Yeah.
She's like, "Do you know how much your brothers eat?"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is your son eating a lot yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
My brothers will
I have
eat
a 9-year-old
dinner.
and a 18-month-old, and both of them are eating about the same.
Really?
Yeah.
And you have both boys, huh?
Both boys. Yeah.
Do you want a girl?
No, we're done.
That's it. Two, you're done.
That's it. Dude.
You don't want a
That's it.
girl?
I'm almost 40 years old.
But what about your wife?
She's done too. She's done.
She looks so good though.
She does look good. Yeah, but no, we're good.
How old is your wife? If you don't want me asking.
How? She's my age.
Really?
Yeah.
She doesn't look.
She's 35 plus.
She looks my age.
She looks.
She
really
looks
young,
good.
huh?
That's why I told you. I was
Yeah.
like, "What's your secret?"
Yeah. You gotta ask her. But her secret is just eating right. You know, I swear. I always say it's water. You gotta drink a lot of water. She doesn't drink water, but yet she looks way better than I do. Well, mine is because stuff
You
like
still
this.
look good though. And how old are you?
39.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying I'm almost 40 years old. I'm an old dude, right? I was thinking about it when I asked her to be my girlfriend back in July
How old were
5th,
you?
1999. How old
July
am I?
5th?
This was July 5th, 1999.
Why not the 4th?
We had separate plans. We weren't dating. Right?
Oh, you weren't together?
No, we weren't together. This is when I asked her to be my girlfriend. It was the day after 4th of July that I took her to. If everybody knows, it's that golf cart off of the 60 and Peck, off the 60 freeway and Peck in South Del Monte. It's a golf cart over there. I'm not even sure it's still there, but that's where I took her, along with her. She had to take her cousin and her sister. So I brought my brother. I brought the family. Yeah, we talked about that. So I asked her, and then that was the day after. It was July 5th, was it? Yeah.
Are you gonna go tell her after this?
Yeah.
Do you think she knows?
Of course she knows.
She remembers?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm sure she does. She better. No, just kidding. No, I'm sure she does. But yeah, it was 99. That's what I was thinking. How old were you in 99? Like 3, 4?
6.
6 years old. See that? Damn. I feel old. I do.
I got no comment.
Oh, you buster.
No. It's because I like older people. Like,
Yeah.
I tend to hang out with older people. And I've always tended to date older people.
Yeah.
It was weird if I did.
This dude was older?
No, my
Oh, no.
last dude was younger. And I've always dated older people, like in their 30s, almost 40. Yeah, I've always been attracted to older people.
Interesting.
But I feel like it's because I've been on my own.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're the older. You're probably a little bit more mature, and you've been on your own.
Yeah, I think
right
that's different when you
like 18.
leave on your own
Yeah.
and you have to do things on your own, combat things on your own.
Mhm.
That's different.
Yeah. You've been able to kind of adjust to it a lot quicker than most people.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
It's a weird ending to the podcast, but
Really? How old have you been out with?
yeah.
No.
But,
no. I
no.
think it just depends.
Yeah.
Like some people, I mean, I've also gone out with younger, so I mean, it just depends on your maturity or your connection. And
Yeah.
How old were you when you got with your wife?
I was 18.
You're 18.
I was
You guys
18
met
years
from
old.
your 18.
Yeah, we're 18, and then we dated for 8 years, and then I got married.
You never broke up?
No.
No.
No,
Did you
we
fight?
No, we don't fight. We'll have disagreements. We talk it over, and then that's it.
That's it?
Sometimes you just gotta talk it over.
I feel like I'm just an angry person. Just kidding.
No, I'm telling you, I told you, one person has to defer. Sometimes one more than the other,
Mhm.
but you gotta defer.
I'm all taking notes over here on how to find a husband.
No, finding one is different. That's different.
You can find me one. We're gonna have a bachelor.
We're gonna have. You know what? That's the next podcast.
We're gonna have a bachelor.
It's gonna be the dating
Bachelor.
game. Like the dating game.
And I want to have Linda and Eileen. They're gonna hold numbers. Just kidding.
They're gonna come in here. We'll get you some contestants, and then we'll do some
Sign up.
live questionnaires, like the old dating.
I'm so picky though. I feel like I'd be like, I don't like him. I don't like him. I'm gonna not like anyone.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you wanna go get food? Just kidding.
Well, there's always Christopher Robin. Just go kid. Mr. Whittier.
No, I'm not kidding. I want to go get food with him.
No, seriously. He's like, he knows
You should
food.
come with us.
He knows food.
Your wife too.
Yeah,
I know food too.
We'll go get some
They're not
food.
scared of octopus and stuff.
No. My kids are, but I'm not.
Your kids are?
Oh, they like fried chicken. You know,
I want to raise my kids to like try everything.
You should.
My dad, he would make us try everything. Even if we were in church, he'd be like, just try it. He would make us try it once. Mm-hmm. If we didn't like it that one time, we'd never have to try it again, but we had to try it once.
That's what we're doing with our kid. It's a no thank you try. It's a no thank you. So you just try it and no thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what we've been doing with him. And most of them are no thank you. He kind of sticks with the fried chicken.
Does he try it at least once?
He does. He'll try that.
That's good. Yeah, like I see some babies like eating because I work in a steakhouse, so there's some little kids who are like 4 years old. And they're like, "Can I get a filet mignon?" I'm like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
And they're like medium rare, so they want it bloody.
Yeah.
But their mom and dad taught them that.
Right.
You know.
How old are they?
Like I've seen young kids come in and order that. I've seen young kids order sea bass, and I'm like, "How do you know what sea bass is?" I didn't know what sea bass was until a couple years ago, probably.
It's a good fish.
I don't know if I ever knew what it was. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad didn't make sea bass.
You probably had it. You just thought it was fish. I mean,
yeah. Well, my dad always made salmon because it was cheaper.
Oh, that sounds good.
We didn't have.
I don't know how you cook it.
We didn't have sea bass. We had salmon because it was cheaper. We had salmon and shrimp. Mm-hmm. Yeah, New York steaks, like nothing. And we always had it at home. We never went to a restaurant really.
Oh yeah, we never did either.
Yeah, but I have little kids who come visit me at work, and they're like, they know what they want. They're like, "Can I get a filet mignon? Can I get crab legs?" I'm like, "What the heck?" Yeah.
No, medium rare with the chocolate milk on the side.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You think it's a joke? It's not. You think it's a joke? Yeah. No.
So it sounds like you want to go back to the steakhouse.
No, but I had a lot of my regular customers, and those are who I miss. Yeah. I had regular clientele coming in all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
When that same steakhouse, they're just closed. They're not open at all.
They're only doing takeout. Oh, they're doing takeout. But my boss, so he had reached out to me July, or whatever, June.
We're in July now.
I'm gonna look at the calendar. It to me.
You moved it to September. You remember?
I don't know when that is. My bratty self moved it to September instead of.
Whose truck is that? Do you know?
I just remember he was mad because his interior isn't done yet. So I retook the picture with his truck, but from the outside. Yeah, but his interior wasn't done. But I think it looked fine.
It was good.
Yeah.
You still got the same type of nails. You just saw that right now.
No, these are longer now.
Same color.
Oh yeah. No, I have to do nude for work.
Oh, why?
Because they don't want like.
We're talking about nails.
Yeah,
nude color tone.
Color nails.
Okay, but you said I have to do nude for work, so
yeah.
Nude color tone nails.
Yeah. Always.
Be specific, dude.
Always. Not even white. It has to be nude.
Why is it white?
Because it's just more natural looking. Oh, okay. And even then, like usually accents aren't available. You don't have that super long nails. Mm-hmm. It's like that. They're shorter. They look more natural. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. You can't usually wear hoops either.
I didn't notice the hoops.
Yeah, you can't usually have tattoos. Tattoos are hard to book with. Mm-hmm.
But you still see a lot of models that have tattoos. So
I feel like now it's more welcome, but a lot of jobs specifically say no tattoos. Yeah. Or I know girls who have tattoos and they cover them.
Yeah. With like makeup?
Yeah. Yeah. But it takes you longer to get ready. Yeah. Like I said, that's your own prerogative. Like if you want to go ahead and do that, like you can't.
So modeling
is a little bit harder. Huh?
You don't have any tattoos?
No. My dad would kill me. I don't even live with my parents.
I remember you did say that. You said that you don't live with them and you still don't have any tattoos.
I'm so scared of them. Yeah.
I don't have any. And
I thought about it, but no.
I've thought about it many times.
Really? You don't have any?
I don't have any.
How do you feel if your son got any?
Have what?
If your son got any?
I'd be okay with it. I mean, maybe when he was 18 though. But hey, if you're 18 and you want to do that, that's cool.
I feel like if you're paying your own rent or you're paying rent at home.
Yeah, I feel weird about it if I was paying for stuff. There you go. I'm not paying for your tattoo. How's that?
There you go.
You can get a tattoo. I ain't paying for it.
Agreed.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. No, my parents would literally kill me if I got a tattoo.
Yeah, you know what? I was definitely scared, afraid of that too, of my parents with the tattoo thing. My brother, my sister, my younger brothers and sisters, they got tattoos and
really.
Yeah.
Are you the oldest?
No, I have an older sister. Then it's me and her. We don't have tattoos.
Really?
So we don't have tattoos, but the two youngest they do. So they're just like that. Okay. But I think as parents too, as you get older, you kind of start to line up. You're a little bit more lenient, you know.
My younger brothers. Yeah. No, I don't know. My kids haven't. They're okay.
Yeah.
They haven't really loosened up.
They're old school. Huh?
Yeah, old school. Well, I mean, that's why I left.
Yeah.
So I moved out.
Quick,
you know?
18, boom, out the door.
If they saw my Instagram, they would probably freak out.
You still haven't seen your Instagram?
No.
No one has showed. No one showed them their Instagram.
No.
That's crazy.
My family's loyal. Just kidding. No, and like even my uncle, he's like, I follow you on Instagram, but I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if it's that bad.
I don't think it's bad. I mean, well, I think that okay. Why don't we end this podcast with this question?
Okay.
Let's end this with this question. What's the difference? You just said it right now. Bikini, right? Homeboy, upset, bikini shots. What for you is the threshold? Bikini, and then to what? Like, you know, ass out, old school
Like
exotica type. You know, remember those exotica type car show exoticas? It was
yeah.
like held up like this. Like, where's the threshold?
I don't like open my legs for anyone.
Okay.
Because girls, like, I'm not talking about like, I don't want to get like that, but like, I'm not talking about for sex or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, for me, even in pictures.
No, we're just talking about modeling, right?
No, but I'm saying in modeling, there's a lot of pictures of the girls on the cars with their legs out.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm referring to.
I don't do that.
That's a no.
I should tell photographers no.
Yeah. Okay. So you have been approached with those.
Oh yeah. That's a common pose. Yeah. That's a common pose. And who knows? Maybe in a year I'll be posting a picture like that. We don't know. Yeah. We don't know how comfortable I get because like at the beginning of modeling, that was the first bikini picture I did.
This one specifically right here?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The ones from that shoot.
Before you leave, can you sign that?
Yeah.
All right. Before you.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, there's a bug on it, but yeah. No.
So yeah, but
I'm surprised it's not signed. I don't know why.
I get calendars every year. I don't have the girl sign them.
Really?
I just don't. I don't know.
Well, I'll be in it next year too.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have to get that one.
No,
I didn't work it.
The newspaper. Well, I didn't work it either.
Yeah.
I didn't go. I was like a replacement for someone.
Oh,
Some
really?
people's pictures didn't come out that good. Maybe take that out.
That make you feel good?
Huh?
Did that make you feel good?
Well, I love Laura. I love Laura. So like, I mean, I feel bad, but at the same time, like, I wanted to be there at the shoot with all the other girls, and then, like, my thing is too. Sometimes if I know it's gonna give me exposure, I'll be there and be like, I'll do it for free.
Wow.
Really? Yeah. No, like it's a calendar. How many people get to say they're a calendar?
Yeah.
So this last one, I'm not gonna lie, I did it for free.
Really? How did Liz take that?
Well, Liz enforced it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because you're just like, that's what you want to do. I'll advertise you as that.
That's good.
Because I had heard that some girls' pictures didn't come out the best, and I was like, I want in.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
you have to know when to take your in too. Like you have to know when to be like, well, I'm available.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're your friends. So
that's a good exposure for you then, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So sometimes like you have to know your worth. Like sometimes I have to be like, it's not worth it for me to work 15 an hour doing that job in a bikini. Mm-hmm. Like I have to know my worth, but then like also like I can't really say anything because I'm gonna be doing calendar pictures for free.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, but this year's is gonna be in a one piece. I'm not even wearing a bikini. I'm in a one piece. But
the one piece is more than that, right? We can say that. The one piece is more than this as far as the edition you were in this month, the newspaper.
Yeah, it's a one piece.
But the poses are different than this.
Yeah, no, you can't do the same poses and you can't be the same outfits. Yeah. Because last year I did outfits and shorts, and this year I didn't do outfits. Laura wouldn't let me do. She's like, you did outfits and shorts last year.
Laura's on top of it.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Her whole team is. Yeah, you're gonna bring Laura back on?
Oh yeah, for sure. She's coming back on.
Yeah? Tell me when you do it, so I'll come visit her.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell her.
Yeah, because you're kind of close to me. You're only like 20 minutes away.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I'll let her know. I'll let you know because she's gonna come back on soon. She brought in Nathan Goar. He's did I say it right, Nathan? He's a Buddhist guy. He's on to Buddhism, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's a good friend of the show, so she's gonna come on again. She'll come on soon, so we'll get her on.
I love Laura. Yeah, I always start from like anything for you, Laura. She knows.
She's the best. She's on top of her shit. For sure.
Yeah, they both know. They're like, last year you did that pose. Like, even poses. Yeah. They're like, no, last year you posed like that. So I don't know if I'll be in next year's calendar because I already did 2 in a row. Yeah. So I think I'm done after this.
You don't think you go out of it?
I'm in another company's calendar.
Oh, are you?
Not for trucking, though.
Oh, okay.
For another company.
Doesn't mean you can't have.
I'll bring you one though.
All right,
when it comes out.
Make sure you do. Make sure I like advertiser here too.
I'm gonna do one of all your wife in here.
What? All my wife?
Yeah. I'm gonna do
I don't think she'll pose.
You don't think so? Did she ever pose or anything?
No.
Really?
No.
She's so pretty though.
Yeah.
I'm so mind blown at her age.
Really?
Yeah.
And what? So you thought she was what? 25?
I thought she was younger.
26?
Yes.
Yeah, she gets out all the time.
No way. Huh. And she's never had Botox or anything? I'm all mind blown over here. I'm like, so tell me her secret.
You gotta ask her her secrets. I don't know.
She wouldn't tell me.
You know what her secret is? Me. That's her secret.
That means you aren't stressing her out.
I try not to. That's my goal.
That's
no.
Good.
Yeah.
Goals.
No. Yeah. Exactly. Life goals, right? No, but hey, thanks a lot for coming on.
It's great to be back.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
No, I love being here, and it's like I feel like with you, I can be like real for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I feel like I can be real.
Yeah.
Because some people, like, I feel like sometimes I have a guard up, and with you, I feel like I can be like, straight up, like, be like, no, I'm dating this guy, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
And you laugh at it, and you're like, or I did this podcast, and this is what happened, or I did this, and this is what happened. We didn't say the thing with the other podcast.
Which?
The one that I had scheduled? Because did you message me, and you're all like, what happened?
Yeah, that's...
Don't say the name.
No. Okay. You want to say it?
Well, I had it scheduled a podcast.
But we don't have to say the name, but we can say the schedule. Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, how it was scheduled, and then an hour before, he's like, I have problems with my girlfriend. Or he said, my girlfriend has an emergency, but I felt like I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I felt like it was me.
It was pretty much like, oh, you can't do a podcast.
Because remember, you messaged me that night, you're like,
yeah, well, you promoted it. So when you posted, I was like, all right, cool, I want to check this out.
Yeah. What's cool about you is like, what's cool about Fidel is that he's like, he's a homie. I'm kidding. I'm like, he's a homie. You're going to support people. Yeah. Like, we support you, you support. Like, I try and like support you as much as I can. Sometimes, like, I'm going to be honest, sometimes, like, I have something going on with my story where it's just, like, too much sometimes.
Yeah.
What scares me is I'm always posting too much on my story because, like, that gets annoying sometimes, you know?
It can be, yeah.
I know from my perspective, when I look at other people's stories, I'm like, their story's annoying.
Yeah.
So I do cut my stories off sometimes, and I'm like, no, let's stop it, right?
Right.
But yeah, no, you always support people if they support you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even. I mean,
and
sometimes
even if they don't
have
support
to
you, you support
me. I just do it because I like to do it, and if I have somewhat of a platform, I have, you know.
I was laughing when you're at 666.
When I was what?
666 followers.
Oh, and I posted that. I was like, hurry up, somebody follow me or unfollow me. I don't care if it's either one, but
I think I reposted it.
Did you?
Like, someone follow him.
Yeah. Oh, and I did right away. I did get some followers though.
Did you really?
Yeah. I got like 3 or 4 extra followers, but.
And how many followers are you at?
Now I think a little over 700.
Dang, that's good.
It's okay. I mean,
I'm really wondering how many followers I was at when I came in January.
God, I don't know. I wish I would have took a screenshot.
Dude, you don't know how excited I was when I hit 3,000, and then I was looking at this girl who's another model. She's like, I don't even check my followers anymore, and I was like, I do.
she probably does. She probably does.
I won't name names, but yeah.
She probably does.
Yeah, no, like I was just like, I was so excited when I hit 3,000. I was like, I hit 3,000. They're like, I don't even check my followers anymore, and I was like, okay, I do.
Yeah. I don't care too much about it, but I know that it's
an accomplishment.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, they're good accomplishments. Like I've seen people like famous people that post things like, "Oh, we got to 10,000 or whatever." And it's like it's a good what do they call it?
I want to be like Mega Man. How many followers? He has a lot of followers.
I don't know. He's got a lot though, huh? I don't know. Like I said, I don't look into it too much.
Yeah, I do. I pay attention.
Yeah. But I know he's got a lot. He's doing good things, Mega Man. You know, check out his podcast, Mega Man podcast. He spilled the beans on here, man. He was talking a lot of stuff, and he, you know, I should have said that. Well, you said it.
Same.
There's a couple things you said here that you may not want to. You may want to retract, but we're not, because this is how people.
I tell you, I'm like, take it out, take it out.
No, man. Well, thanks. I really appreciate you coming on
and
sharing your story.
I want to keep coming on. I want to I don't know if I want to host my own podcast. I don't mind being on a podcast, but I want to host that's not my thing. I don't mind talking to you because you have like good questions. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. But you're prepared. He's prepared.
Well,
Can I show this?
Yeah, you can show it. I got notes, but
he's prepared.
Some of those notes I didn't even get to because the conversation will take you to wherever the conversation.
Yeah, but like I said last time, like I'm not the same person that I was in January.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you're the same person you are in January.
I hope.
You?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Some people stay stagnant sometimes. Some people grow. Some people, like I'm at a different. When you were my age, were you the same person every couple months?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's around the.
I feel like your 20s is like such a weird age where like every couple months you're growing or you're doing something else. Your mind is changing. Something else is happening.
I think at 25 years old, when you're like 25, that's when everything starts to like.
Really?
You start to grasp it, you know.
I feel like at 27, like I kind of felt like that at first, and then once I like lately, I'm just.
Oh, but it's not like overnight. Like it's gonna take a couple years, but I think it's after 25.
I don't know if it's the industry I'm in because I'm constantly like looking around and like I feel like the industry that I'm in is what kind of messes it up for me. Mm-hmm. Because I think if I weren't in this industry, I'd be more grounded. I'd probably like be looking more house by now, and because I'm in the modeling industry, like I'm like this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm constantly moving around, looking for what's better, trying to do better. It keeps your mind working.
Yeah.
But I also do feel like our generation is different from when they were your age.
Oh, yeah.
People are getting married younger right now. People are getting married older. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes I do wish I was married right now.
Really?
Found someone. Yeah. Like, I used to, for the longest time, I was like, I don't want kids. I hate kids. Mm-hmm. I don't want kids. And then lately, I don't know why, I was like, I wouldn't mind having kids. Yeah. But I think I need to find the right person for that.
That's what I'm saying. At 25, that's when your mentality starts to change, you know. And now you're thinking like, now you're big boy pants, you know, or big girl pants. Big girl pants. Mm-hmm. Put them on, and now you gotta start wearing them, right? And that's what it is. It's that life, you know. Like you want to start building a family, but
or do you want to go to Vegas?
Or do you want to go to Vegas? But you can't rush into it, you know. And you gotta like take your time and just let it go, you know. Like maybe sometimes these things happen. It's like, hey, well, it could be that this isn't the person for me, but maybe it's just not the person for me at this time.
Like what you had told me.
Yeah, maybe
really
later on, you know.
Yeah. And I do think sometimes it's difficult for me because I do look younger than what I am. Yeah. So life hits me different ways because I do look younger. Mm-hmm. As to opposed to when I feel like if I looked older, like people would be like, oh, you're gonna be married. And now like people I feel like you're like, oh, you're so young, you're so young, you're so young. Like go travel, go do this, go do that. Yeah. But then I also have friends, most of my friends none of my friends model. Like none of my close friends that I grew up with model. Mm-hmm. So all of them are getting married right now, already married, buying houses. Mm-hmm. So it's different. And then all my friends who model, they're in the same position as me, I feel like. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a weird industry.
Look, you keep saying like, oh, you look young. As you get older, that's what you want.
I know that.
You know, like you just keep answering my wife, right? Like she's almost 40 years old and she can go as a 25, 27 year old.
Still get ID. Just kidding.
But so you don't think that makes her feel good, you know?
Yeah.
Like it has to, yeah. Like
does it make you feel good?
Yeah.
You're like,
Hey, and we walk around and people think I have a young wife. You know?
Yeah. Like, oh, right. Honestly, I felt that.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, we got same age, but we got two beautiful kids. Mm-hmm. We got everything.
You have a really cute baby.
Thanks.
You should have bred me.
Even though he almost said shit. Not literally, people. He almost slid.
The second time he did.
He did. He fell right on his face.
That was kind of funny.
But he took it like a champ.
He's so cute though. He was trying to talk and everything. He's cute.
He's a lot more open than the other one. The other
really?
Well, yeah. I told you, they're like cavemen. They're walking around with no shirts. He didn't have any shirts. He didn't have a shirt on it.
The baby?
Yeah.
The baby's wearing a onesie.
Oh, onesie. Okay.
Yeah.
At least you got to see that. Normally they're out there just diapers and these ones in underwear.
It's okay. I have nieces too, and I have an Effie now.
Oh, that's right. I saw it.
Yeah, he's like 8 months old now. He says "Mama" and "Dada" now. That's what he learned during quarantine.
Yeah.
I deleted that mic.
You did. At least you didn't eat it this time.
I've been eating it. You can have the Lysol this shit.
I do every time.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, it's right here. I tell you, I spray that thing right after it.
He's all like spraying everything. Yeah. He's like Wachina.
Hey man, really again, thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me again.
This is Fidel Talking Again podcast, and we're tapping out the show with
Amaris B.
Oh man, you can find her at?
Huh?
Where can you find them?
At Amaris B on Instagram.
There you go. All right, you guys, thanks a lot. We're out of here.
Thank you.
All right, another episode of Talking Again podcast is in the books. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date. If you enjoyed the show, please tell your friends and family so you can share the experience. Now, it's time to close out the tap.